Pollocks plunked down the cash for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath spread in an over-55 community in Boynton Beach in January, property records show. Mortgage rates fluctuate almost daily based on economic conditions. Here are today's mortgage rates and what you need to know about getting the best rate. AI is still incredibly complicated for the average customer. The ongoing Synapse bankruptcy mess has exposed the risks in a corner of fintech that grew in prominence during a boom in venture investment. US oil is down 4.8% in May, while global benchmark Brent has fallen 7.2%. Mike Santoli discusses whether the market has a leadership crisis. We have seen these kind of scams before, but this particular case is on a ginormous industry-like scale. The United States Department of Labor filed a complaint against Hyundai and 2 other Alabama companies for allegedly employing children. The Trucking Association of New York has filed a federal lawsuit against the MTA over the city's congestion fee, arguing it unfairly targets trucks with high rates. At Bloomberg, the U.S. housing market, long crippled by an inventory drought, is finally starting to see listings rise. Currency's slide towards 34-year lows resumes as Finance Ministry reveals scale of market intervention. An Amazon Prime membership now includes Grubhub Plus for Freema, but you'll need to activate the benefit first. Data breaches at Ticketmaster and financial services company Santander have been linked to attacks against cloud provider Snowflake. Researchers fear more breaches will soon be uncovered. An air traffic controller at Washington National Airport, DCA, sent 2 aircraft on a runway collision course. Here's what happened. United Wholesale Mortgage said it's seen a great deal of interest from potential homebuyers since announcing a new 0% down payment program on May 16th. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has barred Boeing from increasing production of its 737 MAX over the coming months. The FAA implemented a production cap earlier this year. Diane Hendricks and her husband reportedly took out a $909,000 loan to start their roofing supply company in 1982. Now, she's America's richest self-made woman. Economists are trying to gauge the Indian economy's true strength, as several weak indicators tell a different story than the headline numbers. Investors waited for the release of the Fed's preferred inflation data G, seen as a potential turning point for a market gripped by rate cut jitters. CNBC Pro screened for the most overbought and oversold names on Wall Street this week. The brewery will be required to pay a $2,000 fine. Shares of Gap, GPS, are surging after the company revealed first quarter comparable sales grew year over year for all 4 of its brands. Moderna's RSV vaccine will launch a year behind Pfizer and GSK, but it could become the market leader over the next 5 years. Final decision over Hollywood studio group rests with controlling shareholder Shari Redstone. Salesforce remains deeply entrenched in many businesses, but these factors warn that the stock might not be as attractive as it seems. Millions of U.S. vehicles are still on the road with Takata airbags, which were recalled about a decade ago for a serious risk of injury and death according to data from Carfax. Will the most powerful VW Golf GTI be the best one ever made? Live Nation is a monopoly that likely will be broken up as a result of the Department of Justice's antitrust lawsuits, says AEG CEO Jay Marciano. The acquisition is expected to close in early June. There's a compelling argument to be made for opening a one-year CD this June. Here's what to know. Waterloo, Iowa, KWWL. Multiple sources tell KWWL they received an email from John Deere on Friday, May 31st, stating that the company will part ways with global production and Jeep CEO Antonio Filosa talks about the prospect of a $25,000 electric vehicle, which was recently announced by Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares. The DMM Bitcoin hack is the 8th largest crypto theft in history, according to crypto security firm Elliptic. San Francisco community reacts to new Anchor Brewing owner. He is going to be a great neighbor. The Morgan Stanley analyst noted that based on an investor survey, TSLA shareholders will vote in favor of Musk's comp plan. Elon Musk's EV maker has now issued recalls affecting more than 2. Gap profits were 9 times higher, and Foot Locker beat estimates. Unlikely winners in Q1 retail earnings. But this says more about the companies than consumers. 4 workers at BWI Marshall Airport were suspended after a fight at the Spirit Airlines ticket counter earlier this week. An Associated Press analysis of federal data shows that about 2,300 people in the United States died in the summer of 2023 with their death certificates mentioning the effects of excessive heat. That's the highest in 45 years of records. Nvidia's results lifted these semiconductor stocks. S&P 500 books strongest. May performance since 2020. What was supposed to be a brief respite due to the pandemic has turned into a permanent cancellation. McDonald's has found itself battling perceptions that its prices are too high after someone posted an $18 Big Mac meal. In the January-May period, NIO delivered 66 to 217 vehicles, up 50.99% year-on-year, with SUVs contributing 58.58%. The duo was extradited from Estonia and appeared in court in Washington on Thursday. Hours before America's biggest cancer conference starts in Chicago, a small biotech may have stolen the show, touting late-stage results in a Thursday afternoon press release that added over $5 billion to its market capitalization, with one major caveat. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is accused of profiting $7.5 billion from insider trades by a shareholder who claims Musk knew about disappointing production and delivery numbers before they went public. Rochester NY, one of Rochester's largest employers, Paychex, is cutting its local workforce. The payroll company confirms what it calls a reprioritization of the company.